I'm Dr. Daryl Wolf, and today, Real People, Real Healing. I'm going to be here with Monica, and what we're going to be discussing is, take a look at this. We're going to be discussing a Colles fracture, which is a problem with her radius, and it can actually disrupt the ulna. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to let Monica get right into this and understand something. If you would like to come on and do like a live consult with me, I pick one person per week, okay, to do a live. And when you share your live with the rest of the world, guess what? You're gifting people because you actually have a situation. And then what we'll do is we'll check in with Monica and find out if my information was BS, dysfunctional belief system, or if I really know what I'm talking about. And the reality is how many practitioners are willing to come on and talk about what they believe in and to actually give their time to the world on any condition to help to support people become their own practitioners. Well, that's what we do. You need to understand this. My job is to work long enough and strong enough that I don't have a job. Do you know why there's so many practitioners? Do you know why there's so many sick people? Because there's so many practitioners with sick beliefs. Did you get that? Did you get that? If practitioners' beliefs were so healthy, then why wouldn't the world be healthy? If practitioners knew how to work with their patients, their clients on an emotional and physical, nutritional level, then why are we in such trouble? Why are we sicker now than we've ever been on this planet? Why is it that 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease in North America? 92%. Why is it that 86% of the population is overweight? Why is it that 68% of the population is obese? Why is it that you could go and take a look at a beach a long time ago and everybody was a lean, keen muscle machine? I'm not talking about working at the gym. They just looked healthy. You go there now and it looked like the whole beach, and please don't take this wrong, but they've made us into beach whales. You can't go down to the beach unless you see people that are rotting from the inside out because of stinking thinking and programming. Let's see. Usually we're dealing with all kinds of things on here, from stage 4 inflammation to fibroids, okay, to MS, to Parkinson's, to brain tumors, to sinus problems, to skin conditions. I'll talk about it all. Because there are no diseases. There are no diseases. There's no diseases. There's messages of love from your body trying to tell you that, guess what? You've been lied to. Let me tell you something. The only purpose school has is to get rid of the genius in people. Before we start, I want to tell you something. NASA did a study, and in that study, they wanted to find out, okay, what a genius was by testing people, and find out what the level of genius was all the way up to adults. Go do your homework. 98% of all 5-year-olds have genius mentality. By the time that you're a teenager, 50%, okay, of teenagers still have genius mentality. By the time that you are an adult, the age of 25, 2% of the population is genius. Now, isn't that kind of funny? That guess what? That same majority of the population is only in the present moment for 2% of the day. So don't you tell me that a savior is going to come and save us. They're not. What kind of savior could handle that? What kind of savior could handle, okay, that 99.9% of the population is only in the present moment 2%? And the reality is this. Do you want to know the biggest downfall of this generation? Everybody is emotional. Everybody reacts and attacks themselves or someone else. The deal is if you don't know how to stay calm, You know what I told myself this morning when I was in my meditation prayer? I told myself that I am not, no matter what the situation is, okay? No matter what the situation is, I am going to talk with a soft voice. And the more intense a situation is around the world, and the more intense it is with my family or my friends or with people, I am going to talk with a soft voice and say, no, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not participating. No. And you know what? For all of those people out there that do not do their research, that want to stand up for stupefaction. Do you know what that is, stupefaction? How many people do you get into a conversation with and they will completely battle with you? As far as I'm concerned, everybody's right and I'm wrong because I'm going to stay happy. I am not going to go out there and on this platform I will give my opinion, but I am not going to give my opinion on anything, okay? If somebody's going to go toe-to-toe with me and they're coming from a place of just, they want to protect a belief, meanwhile they didn't do their research on it, I'm going to say you're absolutely right and move on. I am no longer going to waste my time or waste my energy. And guess what? I am not telling you that I'm right about everything. But I will tell you, when you're a natural health practitioner, you are not a medical practitioner. When you're a natural health practitioner, you say one thing wrong and you get attacked as if it was like hyenas feasting off a dead carcass. When you're a medical practitioner, you can lie your butt off and nobody will even challenge it. Okay, they are a religion and they're the high priests. And me, what am I? Well, I'm a snake oil and I sell snake oil and I try to rip off the dying and the dead. So the reality is I'm not interested in what the majority thinks because the majority are not ruling this planet. They are being ruled on this planet. And I'm going to tell you something. Somebody who's awake and has to deal with the medical system, I mean, that's just an uphill battle. I mean, you know what? I have never broke a bone in my life, and thank God, because I would never have to want to deal with these guys at all. I have not taken antibiotics since I was 17 years old. And I never want to be, you know what? Oh, if you don't, you'll die. If you don't, you'll die. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. Every day I get 3 to 6 calls of people being terrorized by their medical doctor, their surgeon, or their physician, and it's just continual. If I were to talk to any of my patients or clients, like medical doctors and surgeons are allowed to talk to their patients, I would go down as a terrorist and narcissist. Oh my God, seriously? But no. So I'm not listening to the majority of the population for nothing anymore. I'm not. Do I love them and care for them? I definitely will. Do I want to change them? No, I do not. Do I want to help people that say, I want to change my personality, I want to change my reality? I want to not become emotional anymore. And you know what people always say? Well, you know what? First of all, there is no such thing as depression. You just burnt yourself out by telling these BS stories to yourself, and you stressed yourself out so much, your brain shut down because it's a computer. That's all. You overheated. And if this computer right here, look at this. Let me make sure I'm not going to damage anything. If this computer overheats, it's going to shut down. If the human brain overheats, it shuts down, and you call it depression. And then if I said to all the people that are in depression right now, and understand something, I've got staff right now that are in depression, and I'm reminding them that you're in depression. They don't even know it because they've been in it for so long. And depression is not a disease. Depression is a symptom of an overheated computer called your brain. All I'm trying to tell you is this, is that people do not understand what they're doing to themselves. Like, we're going to talk to Monica, and Monica cannot get frustrated talking to a surgeon. She cannot get frustrated talking to a physician because she knows enough that it makes herself dangerous, and they don't like that. Remember something, these guys, okay, there's no such thing as an ego, so just know that. When people tell me, oh my God, you've got an ego. People don't have an ego, they have lack of confidence. You're going to go, no way. The way that guy talks, He has an ego. No, he's either going to talk too loud, too proud. And then you could say that about me, but guess what? How many of your practitioners give you a money-back guarantee on courses, certifications, trainings, consultations, and treatments? I do. So you can call that he's got an ego, or maybe I'm just really good at what I do and I want to tell people that we're good enough that we can give a money-back guarantee. Let's see the medical industry do that. Let's see other natural health practitioners do that. And if they can't do that, then guess what? Then they're working for the money. They're not working for the passion and the purpose. When you have passion and purpose in your life, and when you no longer let anyone get you emotional, oh, well, you know what? If you're depressed, you're going to have to get angry, because if you don't get angry, then you're not going to wake up. Really? I mean, what psychologists, psychiatrists, they all talk about this. If you're depressed, you got to get angry. Really? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm telling you right now that if I got angry at every time that I was attacked, or people that want to actually see me financially fail with Braveheart Nation and BHN University, I would go psycho. And understand something. I have so many people that call me a narcissist that are actually narcissists. The reality is that's what people do. They flip switch it. A narcissist will flip switch it. They'll flip switch everything. I get it. And there are so many people out there, and they're all beautiful, but they have belief systems. People are beautiful. All people are beautiful, but some people have very bad belief systems that, you know what, it's not good. But how can you change those belief systems? No. So you can't go in there and think you're going to change your doctor's mind. Oh, I'd like to tell you about this. You know what, I did this. He doesn't care, because he's not allowed to talk about it. If he started to talk about it, he'd lose his license, or he'd get reprimanded. Did you know that? You do know the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds own all medical. They own all publishing for all schools. And the only reason why, guess what? There's only 2% of adults that have genius right now is because, guess what? We all went to their school. We all went to their schools. We are so dumbed down, I can't even tell you. And I didn't call you dumb. They dumbed us down, but they did it to all of us. They did it to all of us. You don't get angry. You fall in love with yourself. You understand about unconditional love and care for yourself. You get my pdgfree.com guide and read that, and then call me up and tell me I'm full of BS, the other kind, the stinky kind. You go into my library and then go in and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, that I'm some kind of snake oil salesman, which usually, you know, people come on here and do. Okay? Oh, he's a murderer. He's psycho. Well, of course I'm psycho. If I don't fit into the model of the majority of the population, remember something. If you want to fit in, you're going to get done in. If you don't want to fit in, then you're going to have an inner standing that you're going to have to stand up for loving and caring for yourself, seeing that the majority of the population doesn't do it. And it's very easy for them to say, cut this out, cut that out, give me a drug, numb me down, poison me down. I'm more interested in you than I am in building my business. I'm more interested in you than seeing how much money I make. And you can take that to the bank, because you know what I need? Very little. I love my life. I love me. I don't have a bunch of desires to consume things. I want to consume life, the sun, the ocean, the beach, okay, nature, my breathing, my loving, my giving, being able to give. I am real. I am authentic. And guess what? They wanted you to get rid of your real, and they wanted you to get rid of your authentic, and they wanted to make you into a fraudulent human doing. And they've done it to us all. So don't believe me, just look up the study with NASA, and you'll find out, okay, you'll find that I'm right. 98% of all 5-year-olds have genius mentality to figure things out. Only 2% of an adult, 25 years and above, only 2% have genius left in them. And I am a genius, because you are a genius when you love and care for yourself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else, so help me God. And you dust off your passion, you dust off your purpose, and you go, I am going to go for it no matter what my wife, my husband, my children, my neighbors, my friends even think about me, because guess what? This world needs Braveheart heroes, and Braveheart heroes are on their own. You're alone when you want to become a Braveheart hero. You are alone. You might, if you're lucky, you might be the one out of 1,000 couple relationships where the two are on the same page, supporting each other. And I have that relationship. I would never have another relationship with anybody else again unless I had that. I will never get together with someone to fix them. You cannot fix anybody. And you can't even fix yourself because you're not broken. You just don't have enough love and care for yourself to get to know yourself, to have an understanding that you can revive and you can thrive and you can awaken the genius within. So we're going to talk to Monica about a fracture. And before we start, I want to say this. There are more children, young children, and teenagers with fractures. Tell me I'm wrong. I did a video the other day on the beach here in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo. This is my main primary home. And this is where we have the Ixtapa Zihuatanejo retreat, where people come to us from all over the world for different personal treatment and trainings and healings in our beautiful retreat. And I'll tell you, I went to this volleyball championship, and guess what? And I did the video, and 3 out of 4 teenagers, there was 2 on each side playing volleyball, had knee braces on, elastic knee brace support. Do you know why? Because we are an inflammation nation, and everybody is pounding back 100 times more sugar than we did in 1900. And everybody's tortilla mad, bread mad, cracker mad, chips mad, okay, refined carbohydrates. Okay, everybody's eating garbage food. All right, if you ask anyone, everybody's got a good diet, don't they? Meanwhile, the world's falling apart. And it is. Not the world, but human beings. Okay, remember, 92% of all human beings have autoimmune diseases. 92%. So understand this, diabetes is going to be the next greatest pandemic on this planet. And understand something, it won't be a virus, because viruses are dead. Why? And when I say that people have been stupefied, how many people during COVID looked up the definition of virus in a dictionary to find out it means poison? It's not alive. But meanwhile, you know, we'll have scientists and doctors and people on talk shows that have millions of followers talking about how they've isolated a virus, and they have never isolated a virus in their life, whether it's the HIV or the COVID one. So let's stop right now. It is so easy to program human beings. Take a look, it was a Super Bowl yesterday, and I didn't even want to go outside or go anywhere where there was the public, because everybody had to bow down to the great old Super Bowl. I love football, but is it okay? I'd rather play it and not be played. Thank you. All right, so we're just waiting for Monica to come back. And this is her wrist right here. You can see it up on the... we've lost her. She might have went to the bathroom. See, that's what you call it. This is Real People, Real TV. And real people have to go to the bathroom. So let's see if we've got any questions here.
I'm here. I'm here. I just grabbed myself a tea because I drank my first tea watching you and enjoying your input.
Thank you.
And for the record, I want to say that what you said just up to here sums up in essence what's really going on in the world. And I actually want to even challenge what you said, that I see the knee braces and all these gadgets attached to people, and to me it seems like people are almost wearing them as a badge of honor of some twisted sort.
Can I explain it to you?
Yeah, but just let me finish this thought.
No, go right ahead.
Because, and I actually, when you said like the teenagers with the knee braces, and so many people with the knee braces, like, what if you actually had to use your knee and the muscles
Carla?
of your legs to strengthen as opposed to putting the brace on it.
Say that again, please.
I said, what if instead of bracing your knee and your arm and all that, what if you actually had to use your legs, your muscles, and your joints than to put them in a brace?
Here's the deal. And nobody gets this. I just gave you the answer. It's the actual diet that everyone has accepted as a healthy diet that is causing all of these braces. When you have pain, you've been taught that pain is your enemy and you must destroy the pain. Now, pain
And you
is
have to attack the pain.
1 second. The pain is a GPS of love. If you had a child or you were married to someone and you could tell they could be endangering themselves by doing something, you would nudge them. Pain, inflammation, swelling, stiffness is the body nudging you and telling you that your reality is a dysfunctional personality. Your reality is a dysfunctional personality. And your personality is made up of dysfunctional belief systems. Okay? Now, you think, like Monica, you actually think that you're your personality. You're not your personality. You were made up of belief systems, and you're still not your personality. We're always going to be trying to get back to our personality, but we can't because we're light energy spirit beings. And on this planet, okay, this planet is beautiful. Do you ever notice how they say the planet's broken? No, the planet's toxic. It's not. All programs that are run by the government and anyone that says they're in authority over us, they're toxic. Every one of them. There's not one that isn't. And guess what? Our job is not to fix them because they're not broken. The medical system's not broken. The government's not broken. None of these systems are broken. They were actually created with the template to actually create dysfunctional, broken human doings.
There you
and
go.
That's it. So I don't want to hear, people, the whole thing, we got to fix this or that. No, there's nothing to fix. We
Because
need to
nothing is
mind
broken.
our own business. And let me just say this. All of these people, whether they're teenagers, like I said, you know what? I've got kids that are 12 years old, families calling me up, and the child has a fracture or a break. Do you understand that that child already has osteopenia and osteoporosis? Do you understand that the child, while developing in the mother's womb, is actually getting osteopenia or osteoporosis right in the mother's womb because they're living in the middle of a sewer pile? Because it's a swamp? Because think about it, Think about it. This is where your large intestine is, and nobody does large intestine health for pregnant mothers, and if they did, the healing would be unbelievable. The delivery would be 45 minutes, max. The reason why there's no 45 delivery is because every mother is pooping in her pelvis because she's got leaky gut, which is leaky large intestine, so the infection creates the inflammation, causes the scar tissue formation, which now it's not elastic, so she can't expand. I could tell you, nobody is willing to come up anymore on my show and challenge me since 3 years. I put so much information out there that they can come on with their bullshit, and I mean bullshit.
It truly is.
It is. And I'm going to go 1, 2, buckle your shoe, 3, 4, you're out the door. And the reality is if the majority of the population understood this, that it's all inflammation. There are no diseases, just inflammation. And inflammation causes decalcification of the bones. And then you'll find it in the joints, you'll find it as kidney stones, you'll find it as gallstones, you'll find it as calcium deposits in the breast. You won't be able to turn your neck. Everything calcifies because if inflammation stays there long enough, you've got scar tissue and calcification. And I don't care. I don't care how bad the problem is. If a person wanted to come to us long enough and love themselves strong enough, everything's reversible. And you know what? And let me make this really clear. There is no such thing as a cure except a perfect day on an emotional and physical level. That's it. That's it. That's it. If you can create a perfect day on an unconditional level of love and care for yourself, you will never be sick. You will live a long life. You will not give up any organs. You'll not have any surgeries. And the reality is guess what? The person that falls down the stairs, the person that is always getting into accidents, will stop getting into accidents, because whether you believe it or not, it's a deep subconscious level that causes someone to get into an accident and hurt themselves, because guess what? It's deep down anger for themselves or not enough attention from their family. So before we go any further, why did you fracture your wrist?
See, that was the first place I went to when that happened, because I've never, like you said, I'm very active. I've never had an injury. And for me to have done this is being a very big alarm clock. So I've been embracing life. I've been embracing being able to fully immerse myself in my own life. And I think having done that, I've caused a lot of pain to myself on every level. And this was the last straw of stop. And for the last 3 weeks that this has happened, I've gone more inwards and more honest and stop bracing on every level than I have before. But at the
Ask you a question. Are you left-handed?
I'm right-handed, so I'm lucky.
Okay, all right. So what's going on? Do you have issues with mom or dad, or do you have issues with a child?
Absolutely. I don't have, well, basically the remainder of, my father passed away, it's going to be 10 years ago this year. And he was an estranged, I have an estranged, really corrupt relationship with a sibling. And my mother also decided not to have anything to do with me 4 years ago for absolutely no reason. And those two women are now.
Yeah, but now, because of all of this,
I'm attacking myself.
No, you decided to break your wing. This is our wings. You broke a wing.
Exactly. So how do I get it?
Fly, you can't fly. Fly stands for first love yourself. And understand something, I do not expect but only 1 out of 100 people watching this, and there's thousands around the world that watch my show, but I don't expect but 1 out of 100 to go, he isn't full of it. Because everything happens on an emotional before a physical. I can tell you everything that ever happens to me, whether it's good or whether it's not good. You see, I didn't say bad. Whether it's good or it's not good, I can tell you exactly what I was thinking and why these things happen. And understand, everybody on this that's watching this show and everybody around the world, they have poverty on some level because they have belief systems that block that. So there's nothing wrong with me. Why can't my family accept me? Really? Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Because I will tell you that most families don't accept each other. They suck off each other.
And that's exactly what happens.
And guess what? I'm not a nipple. And the reality is I unconditionally love everyone in my family, no matter how they feel about me. I've got actually there's 6 children in my family. And they all think different of me. And I love them all the same. Absolutely. And the person that, the child that doesn't like me and disrespect me, I can't say that I have the same kind of relationship, but I have the same love. Because you can't, Daryl, why don't you fix your relationship? Like with everyone? How do you do that? How do you fix a relationship? If my belief systems don't match another person's belief systems, I don't care if my children's belief systems are exactly opposite of mine. I love them anyway. But you know what? I have not high standards. I have unconditional love and care standards for myself. And that makes some of my children uncomfortable, the ones that like drugs and alcohol.
There you go.
And the ones that have children and they've got like 20 boxes of processed GMO cereal in there, I would never say a word. But they don't want me coming into the house. And the problem is there's no real problem. The only reason why the kids get to eat that stuff is because the parents can't give up their addictions. They know it's not good for their children, but they can't give up their own addictions. So, you know, it's the only way they can let themselves off the hook is sacrifice the whole family. So, and the reality is, once you understand the workings of a human being, we don't judge anymore. I don't judge any of my kids. If my kids come to me and go, "What do you think of this, Dad?" Or if anybody does, I'll go, "Well, I tried it. It didn't work for me." You know? You might find that it's not going to work. You can't get around it. You can't hack that thing, you know. But, you know, this is what I would do if I was you. I will never tell my kids what to do. I will say, this is what I would do if I was you. And the reality is this. I will never go to a physician or a surgeon and they will ever tell me what to do. They can tell me what they can do for me.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the options. Like when people come to me, we give them options. You know, like when we, with Extrapa Zihuatanejo Health and Healing Retreat, when people come from all over the world, they get to pick exactly what their perfect day looks like. When I do a Zoom call with them, Monica, they'll come on, I'll do a Zoom call, and guess what? I will feel out with all the love I can, unconditional love of where they're coming from. And I will tell them, this is the program I would put you on, but why don't we start here? Because I will emotionally see if they can handle it. You know, you can look at someone, Monica, and you can say, "Oh my God, this person needs this right away." If they can't emotionally handle it, it doesn't matter. It's all going to blow up anyways.
Exactly.
So you need to go with gentle baby loving steps. Everybody's always out to try to tell someone what to do and try to change someone. And understand something, you know, where's the only other place that they do sleep deprivation? They do sleep deprivation 2 places. Where is that? They do sleep deprivation when they are holding prisoners of war to try to get information out of them, and they do sleep deprivation on everyone who wants to become a medical doctor. They will keep them up for like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. You know why? Because when you become incoherent and not get your sleep, anything you're told, you're easily programmed. And that's why a medical doctor will actually believe, okay, a medical doctor will actually believe, all right, that their suffering makes them better. Now, I'm getting to your answer. Here it is. You ready? The whole world believes this. Suffering is the way to the Lord. Suffering is what you do when you have guilt. But remember something, you only have as much guilt as you have a belief system to support it. So you want to be born in a family that doesn't believe in guilt, that believes in observation, okay? Observation and learning, not judgment and burning. But that would be almost nobody, okay? And this is how I raised my family on the second half of me raising children. And this, my whole family gets never judgment. Never, ever. No matter what goes on, there's no judgment. It's observation. So the reality is this. If you want a beautiful life, Monica, don't lose your shit. Remember something. When somebody sees you pulling away from them, the only tactic that we have, because we are not geniuses, only 2% of the adults are geniuses, we will say something or do something to poke the bear so that the other person loses their you know what, and then we can go, see, I was right. You don't understand me. And all you had to do was allow this person to poke at you, because that's their only means of defense. I want you to understand something. Where do you live?
Outside of Toronto.
Okay, so you've got Trudeau, and then if you're in the United States, we've got Biden. So now, understand something. No, hold on a second here. There's a lesson. See, you went into judgment. Don't do that. You almost went there. I don't want to hear what you think of him. Did you get that? I don't, because that's what creates the fracture, throws you off balance. I made a point that no matter, he can be there right on talking to millions of people, both of these guys, and they are lying out their teeth. But because they don't react and you do, you lost. If I see them, I go, listen, the only thing they can, okay, you can't get up that high in government and not be the greatest liar in the world. You know that. I don't want to get into it because I've done my homework, so I leave that stuff alone. It's not a soap opera that I need to watch. I'm trying to tell you that what they do is they talk calmly, and they will say things to upset the whole nation, and then everybody looks like they're out of control. Okay, they're emotionally not in balance, and then guess what? We need to try to take control of these people because they can't control themselves. If the population were to understand that emotions are the most important part, emotions are the most important part. So, you know, I mean, I woke up this morning and did my prayer, my meditation, and I said, Daryl, you are not going to win another battle. You're going to let everybody else win. And you are not going to emotionally come out of balance for anything. There is the greatest test in history, weeks or even just a few months away, and I'm telling you right now that only 2% of the population is going to even make it through this without losing their stuff. And understand that. And you need to get that. So what are you going to do when things aren't going the way people like them to go, right, Monica? How easy are they to be with?
Not at all.
Well, then you better pick your family and your friends wisely.
And that's exactly what I did.
But now you've got a fractured wrist.
So exactly. So why did I genuinely don't get why I did that.
I can also tell that you do a lot of quiet, stressful thinking. You have drained yourself emotionally, nutritionally, and you're also eating up the muscles in your body. And you have parasites. I can see all of this. You know, if people were to get more involved, I just want you to understand this. If you read my The Ultimate Healing Guide, The Perfect Day Guide, and you actually read it and you learn it and go through it like a nutritional, mental, physical Bible, you'll be smarter than 99% of all the practitioners out there. That's 42 years of my work. And I'm telling you something. I'm telling you that I'm logical. People will talk bad about me, but they will not come and challenge me. They won't challenge me, and somebody will now, but that'll be good. We'll have them come on. But my theories are right. Every pimple, every tumor started off as a rumor because the psychological rules the physical, and that's universal law. And understand something, you got to have somewhere to store it. If we didn't grow the tumor, you'd be dead already. And you had a break, and that break is made you to slow down and contemplate, meditate, concentrate, be in the present moment and own it. But you do know that you wouldn't have a fracture in your wrist if there wasn't already osteopenia or osteoporosis in that area. Okay, everybody should be able to fall. How did it happen? Did you fall?
Yeah, taking out the garbage, and it was the fresh snow that was night, and I was holding the bag in this hand, and as I stepped with the left foot went down, and I somehow probably tried to balance myself, and I heard the crack. It's like popcorn, and
I'm
then I
going to
looked at
tell
my.
you, I'm going to tell you, if you would have been healthier, this wouldn't have happened.
Okay.
Now, I want you to try to just be very quiet tonight and think about what you were thinking when you were getting the garbage out of the house. What was on your
I
mind?
wanted, on my mind was, even though it was midnight, I'm really late, and that small voice said, just do it in the morning. But I like to have my house clean for the next morning, and I'm like, I just want to.
Okay, right there. You need to stop. And this is exactly what I talked about. Okay? You always have to force it. You always have to push it. You always have to get it done because you were told that you weren't good enough. Okay? So you're going to prove to everyone that you can do more than the average person. And even if you destroy yourself, you will prove to them that you're worthy.
And be seen, because
Pardon?
I've never been seen, and be seen because I've never been seen by anyone in my life, all my life that I know
No,
of.
that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. You have a program that says you've never been seen. And guess what? You are so, okay, I want you to look at me right now. You are so powerful that when you put out, I've never been seen, okay, first of all, God, please help me, please help me. It's not going to happen.
Right?
It's not going to happen. Everything about your life was what you thought about yourself. You have exactly the order that you put to the universe, universal intelligence. And I can prove that so fast on so many levels, nobody can dispute that. If you don't learn to slow down. How old are you?
I'm 45.
Pardon?
45.
You're aging way too fast. Your organs are being eaten up. You do know that, right?
No.
How much do you weigh?
110.
What's your height?
5'5".
Okay. You're going to have to watch it. Okay? You're going to have to calm it all down because even when things are quiet, you're always going over case scenarios and find out what it is you did wrong, what is it they did wrong. You're trying to find out who's right, who's wrong. You're trying to bring peace into your life by creating war inside yourself. And I see it. I see it. So I need you to call up everybody that you believe is judging you and give them a call and say, look, don't worry. I'm suffering. I broke my wrist and I'm actually killing myself. So I just want you to know that I'm following through. Can you do that for me, Monica? Then why don't you do it? You got to get something out of this because suffering is the way to the Lord. Suffering is the way that we get people to love us. That's the way we're raised. I'm suffering for nobody. I'm suffering for nothing ever again. Oh, and this really pisses people off, especially highly religious people. They go, he's doing the devil's work. And now I'm doing the devil's work because I'm telling someone that don't believe in this belief that says if you do this, you suffer for this long. If you live in this family, you suffer for this long. I'm saying it's all BS. I'm saying that why aren't we sitting down with unconditional love and care with the people we love or with ourselves and letting ourselves off the hook? When's the last time that you had fear, depression, resentment, and anger, and you made a really good decision?
Never.
Then guess what? Get over it. Get over it. Get over that your family doesn't like you being a rebel. And understand, if there were no rebels on this family, if there were no rebels on this planet, okay, this planet is a prison. This planet is a prison. It's a prison planet. Not for me, not for others, but for the majority of the population, this is a prison and always will be a prison, because everybody is a prison guard to themselves. Everybody is a prison guard for their family. They make sure their family doesn't change. And everybody's a prison guard onto themselves. Oh my God, COVID, I'm just doing my job. You know what? I had police coming to my door when I was in Canada and United States. And wherever I would go, they would come because I didn't follow the rules. And they'd say one thing, we're going to give you a ticket. I said, yes, wallpaper this whole place. Do it because I want trouble. I do it because I don't want trouble. You have to understand, these psychos aren't after the rebels. They will try to bring a rebel down. But guess what? They're after easy pickings. They're after the obese. They're after the diabetes, the heart disease, the cancer. That's where they make their money. These are parasites. They're after you. They want you to stress out and say that you need your family's respect and love because you love them, so that you'll eat yourself out over it. So that you'll stress yourself out and maybe take the garbage out one night and fall. Because you were out of balance with what you were thinking about. How you doing?
I'm ready to rebuild it, to make things better.
Pardon?
I'm ready to make things better.
Up raffle, please. Well, how are you going to make things better, Monica?
I'm here for you to guide me. Because I want to, I'm here for you to guide me.
No. No. You don't want me to be your guide. You want to go inside that God spot in your heart and be your guide. You don't want me as your guide. You will never, ever, ever want me as your guide. You will want my information. You might want a suggestion, but you will only listen to the God spot within your heart, so you remain on a course of becoming your authentic self, your passion, your purpose. I want no followers.
Exactly. And I didn't mean it that way.
I know, but we've got people listening.
Okay.
And guess what? New people on here will go, see, I told you it was a cult. I told you it was a cult.
Right? Okay.
You know, anything
well, just for the record, I'm not a minion. I'm not a follower. I'm here because I look up to you and your wisdom and your example, and I know that you've got the path figured out. I want you to teach me so I can do that for myself and the people that follow, that are around me.
And guess what? I'm allowed to say this, and people will go, he's cocky. I do have the path figured out. Do you know how I figured it out? I let myself totally off the hook for everything they ever said I did and everything they ever said I'm going to do. And then I decided that I will unconditionally love myself, and anyone who can't love me, I will unconditionally love them as well. I will not focus on the people that aren't part of my tribe and my belief system, because if I were to focus on them, I would never protect my vibration. Listen to me. I'm going to tell you something, and you need to get this. I'm not here for the sick and the dying. People are sick because they have sick beliefs. They're dying because they don't want to live and they don't want to die. How do you change a person's beliefs? You know, most people, I haven't seen you, Monica, come to a whole life coach course. And guess what? My whole life coach course in 9 days will change anybody from jumping a cliff. It will change their abundance on all levels. And people can go, boy, now he's really arrogant. No, I'm not. I give a money back guarantee up to the 3rd day. And nobody leaves. By the 3rd day, I've helped everyone crack their own coconut from the inside out. But will people spend the money and come? No, they won't, because you couldn't give yourself 9 days and you couldn't spend a few $1,000s. Oh no, wouldn't want to do that, because people love their suffering. Because guess what? Did you ever notice? Who does everybody think that the monarchy is of every family? The one that suffers the most for everyone. Don't tell me I'm wrong. And everybody's jockeying to be first place. And I'm not. I am not, and I never will. I will not suffer for you, Monica. I will not suffer for my children. I will not suffer for myself. I will hold the line, connect to my breath, put a slight smile on, and go, what do we want? What do we really want? And guess what? Like, guess what? It's not what you want, Monica. Did you ever ask yourself what you want to become? You want to become a Braveheart goddess that unconditionally loves everyone and the world, and you don't need anyone's approval. You don't take anything personal, and for nothing. Everybody's allowed their opinion. Come on. A year and a half ago, okay, all right, the government spent almost $250,000 coming down here to Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico, to try to finally bring me down. How well did that work for them? So they came down here and they did their utmost. I mean, they were down here for like 2 months. Do you know how much it cost to have a video crew here? And then the head guy that was here that was trying to put the show together, when I came to do a lecture, okay, and they followed me around when I started traveling through North America and doing lectures, and he would come and run up to me in public, and then he'd come close to me and he'd take his elbow and elbow me in the side of the ribs that you couldn't see it, to try to get me angry. Oh yeah, these are one, and guess what? And they told, you're going to jail, you murdering blah, 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 blah. And so what did I do? Well, do I like advertise everywhere I'm going to be? Come and get me. They're done now. They're done. And meanwhile, 67% of their funding, right, for this national TV station comes from the government. Taxpayers actually paid to try to take me down. And this was the third time that they came after me. So they need to understand something. I'm not going anywhere. So I need you to understand something. Why did I tell this story? Because I'm feeling sorry for myself, or it's a Braveheart story? I'm trying to tell you that everybody around you that doesn't get their way are going to try to use fear mongering to get you to do what they want. I'm not doing it. There is a God, and I have rights. Thank you very much.
That's it.
No, but you need to get it. You need to understand that. And it's not going to come right away. Because believe it or not, I applaud you for standing in your power and feeling alone. You're not alone. And don't get me wrong about this. Ask anybody that comes and takes like a whole life coach course or comes to our Wolf Non-Surgical. They only end up getting a family of 10,000. You know what? You find your tribe. And if it's not the Braveheart Nation you want to become a part of a tribe with, and it's a tribe, it's not a following. And what's the tribe about? The tribe is about challenging each other, and understand that there is no perfect, but we need to change 1% a day, and we need to bring our vibration up 1% a day, our frequency and our light, and we need to understand that. And we need to be able to always sit in that calm, no matter if someone's going, and we're just going to sit like this and go. And then they go, so what do you think? What are you going to do? Well, I'll tell you what. I don't like to rush an important decision like this, so I'll get back to you. No, I want an answer now. No, that's not going to happen. You see how, so long as that person's going to try to get you, and guess what, Monica, up until this point, it's gotten you riled up and you lose your shit, and then guess what? This is what happens. Because we've got 98% of the population, okay, stupefied. And they're not stupid, but they've been programmed, okay, to self-implode and don't go along with it anymore. Just because someone gets upset, just because someone attacks you, just sit there. And then guess what? If you're in their house, leave. And if they're in your house, you tell them that, guess what? I'm going to go for a walk right now because I don't want to do this. Now you didn't have to ask them to leave, did you? I need to go for a walk and think about this. And they're going to go, well, I guess I need to go then. Yeah, you do. Or you're on the phone with them and go, you know what? I've heard what you had to say. I heard what you had to say, and I just want you to know that I love you. And I'll get back to you maybe in about 2 days. I really need to think about all this because you're that important. And then I'm going to come back to them at that moment that I feel, and I'm going to say this. Just know I love you, but I don't see life like that. And I'm hoping that we can come together and you can keep your beliefs and I'll keep my beliefs because I will allow you. But just because you have more people on your team, it doesn't mean that you're allowed to attack me. And if this continues, then I'm not going to participate. Just as you are allowed to keep your beliefs, just because I'm part of a minority that believes in unconditional love and care for myself, and I want to eat right the way I feel it's right, I will not be punished for that anymore by you or anyone else in the family.
Amen.
And I love you. Please think about this, and then you call me back after you've thought about it. And if you think that I am more of a burden than I am a blessing, then if I don't get a call, then I understand. I love you. But no, you wouldn't be able to do that yet. Why? Because
I actually have done that, Dr. Darrell.
No, but
I've
you
done
wouldn't be able to. No, but listen to me. You wouldn't be able to do it, and then you got to get to a point that you feel good about it. You know, that you feel good. I know, but you're the one with the fractured wrist.
I know, but I just want to kind of give you some.
Oh no, please,
a little bit of
your turn.
For some reason, it's hard for me to hear you, and like your volume went really, really low.
The volume is too low.
In the last few minutes.
Rafa? She says the volume's too low for her.
Mm-hmm. So I've done that. I've done those conversations and all that, and this is where I'm not understanding myself. That I'm feeling.
Can you hold for 1 second? Your volume's too low for me now.
Again? Okay. Let me know when I'm ready to talk.
Rafa? Go ahead, love.
Both of us. Okay. So what you have said exactly, I've started getting on that path, and that's where, and I don't participate in things that trigger me. And I've had those conversations where I said, you know, these are my boundaries, or these are the things I do, and therefore they left me. So where I think I'm struggling, and I know this is the struggle point, is I'm alone and I have to start a new life. I have to find new work. I have to literally start from scratch. But I'm so used to that old life that because it sometimes it tries to pull me back. This is where it had a chance to try to pull me down and back, but I didn't.
1 second. No. It did not try to pull you down and back. You're back into the suffering thing. It
maybe
was,
that's what I'm trying
enough.
to.
1 second. Mm-hmm. The fracture was to wake you up. No, I bless this fracture. I know, but
I do.
No, the fracture was a wake-up call. Nobody tried to pull you down and out. You know what? You're the terrorist you're looking for.
That's what I did. I pulled myself back and down because for some reason, because I don't know how to create, I don't have a clear vision of what is this new Monica going to be like? What is this new life going to look like?
1 second, Monica, I'm not cutting you off. This is what you always do.
Exactly.
No, if you're going to eat an elephant, start off with just it's the tip of its tail. Start there. Stop. You stay in the present moment. You connect to your breath and put a slight smile on and only practice that. And then practice the mirror work, practice the love band work, and you're going to nail this. Look at, there's Monica again. I need an answer for everything and I need it now. I'm telling you right now, I will plan my day, and my day never works the way that the way I planned it, because guess what? There's universal intelligence. People call it anything you want, universal intelligence. Let me tell you something. I cannot see through walls. I cannot see around corners. But guess what? Universal intelligence works for us. And this is how I do it. This is what I want. But dear Lord, if you don't think that's it, bring me something better. Thank you and bless you. And guess what? I sit that easy. Okay, so when we were down here looking for a brand new retreat, when we had to do that, I would see a place and then the contract wouldn't work. We had to go through like a dozen places. And oh my gosh, I'm just so thankful that I don't push so hard and break something. That I sit easy and allow universal intelligence. So it's like this. I take massive action without aggression and without negative emotion where I get angry or depressed because I don't get my way right away. We have the most beautiful retreat here. I mean, it is like 5-star for everybody who comes down. They get the best of the best now. And if I would have pushed hard, I wouldn't have had it. I wouldn't have had it. All you need to do, if you could love and enjoy the present moment, which is 1/100th of a second, and you were to practice that, you would own your life. You know, none of these people, nobody knows this. You know, and or they heard me but even my staff, they don't know how to embrace this. They're not taking the course. Even the video people that will come and shoot at a whole life coach course, they're not focused on it. Unless you want to focus on a better life, you're not going to have one. And you're not going to have a better life, okay, unless you have a better belief. And you're not going to have a better belief, okay, unless you're a better creator. And you're not going to be a better creator unless you have a better imagination. And you're not going to have a better imagination if you both believe you deserve it. And you don't believe you deserve it all because you've been rejected by your family and your friends. And that's in your subconscious. It's not in your conscious mind or in your heart. So it just means it's a case of repetition. You get as good as you get because you, look at, if a person were to go, I'm going to give 2 hours to this every night for 6 months, you would be the top 5% of anything you went and did for that 6 months. You'd be the best, and you know it, and you know that. And most people will do 2 days and leave it. Oh my God, something gets in the way. You know, when I do a project, nothing gets in the way. I mean, if there was a life-threatening situation, I would go and do it. But I don't. I make a commitment. And guess what else I do? I don't go in there like this. I go and I still do my walking meditation because, you know what? I don't believe in just meditation in the morning. I know people that meditate an hour every morning, an hour every night, but in between that hour in the morning and the hour at night, they're chaos. In my course, I teach people how to do a walking meditation. Do you think it's more important to be peaceful for that hour in the morning and hour at night, or to be peaceful all day long? Which one?
All day long.
Okay, well, nobody teaches that. You've never heard about it in your life. It's called walking meditation. That means that you're in the present moment and own it. That means that nobody gets a reaction from you. They don't get a reaction. They don't get that reaction. Did you hear? Did you hear what happened? Did you hear about the war? Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? There's no reaction. Isn't it pathetic? And it is pathetic because people feel pathetic about life because they buy into this soap opera. First of all, unless you really take this to heart, I take nothing personal. I need no approval to actually love and play with myself all day long. And guess what? You're continually trying to get yourself off the hook because you still fall into the 10 Commandments. You still fall in, if you're Jewish, you've got 55. No, I'm serious. I'm not putting this stuff down. If you do this
I
stuff
get you. That's why I'm laughing, because I understand what you're saying.
Okay. And I'm not putting down any of this stuff.
Of course not. It's just the
anybody
truth
has,
about, exactly. And
if
you don't
anybody
have
has
to
any
put
rules or
anything
laws,
And I believe that by calling a spade of a spade, you're not putting it down. You're just giving voice to the truth of it that most people would never even question. They just take it for face value and follow it. And why I'm getting emotional here, Dr. Darrell, is because
can you hold 1 second? Rafa, can you please come here and show me how to move the questions? Okay. Thank you. 1 second, love. Thanks, Rafa. See, you can tell it's real TV, everyone, because we really got some problems here with me. Okay? I need this. Okay, got it. All right. Thanks, my friend. Because we're going to go through everyone. What platforms are we on? We're on YouTube, Facebook, X, which was Twitter, Rumble, and Telegram. Anybody have any questions? Put them here. We'll go through them when we're done. Hi, Monica. I'm back.
Hi. So what I want to say is everything that you have told me today, or to this point, you literally have given voice to things that intuitively have come to me. And the point where I fail myself is that nothingness of having cleaned the issues. And I'm, for some reason, there's...
Be back 1 second. I don't mean to cut you off. You didn't fail yourself. So use a different, 1 second, use a different word.
Okay. Where I missed the mark, where I keep missing.
Where I became out of balance and fell down.
Okay, so where I...
So if you have balance, if you have emotional balance in your life, you will have physical balance. You do know that, Monica. Okay? All right? Anybody that's physically out of balance is emotionally out of balance. Psychological rules to biological, and that is real science. Okay? All right, so I need you to do me a favor. Speak slower. And you did not fail yourself.
Okay.
You weren't a failure. You're not allowed, you cannot call yourself any names unless they are magnificently beautiful, because that's what you become. You're not allowed to put yourself down anymore. You're not allowed to, and you do it. And I see it. I can see it in your face. I can see it in your body. You put yourself down all the time. You can't call yourself stupid. You're not allowed to call yourself an idiot. You cannot do this anymore. You need to stop. And if you do it, because you're going to, before the day's over, you're going to do it again. You're going to go to the mirror and out loud, you're going to apologize to yourself. Like this. You're not going to say, I'm so sorry. You're going to go, I apologize. I love you unconditionally and I care for you. And this ends now. 3, 2, 1. This ends now. And I want you to watch every time that you actually are talking to people and you'll actually put yourself down, okay, because you want to fit in. How sad is that? And guess what? That is the pandemic. That's the pandemic. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh, what a loser I am. You'll hear this all day long with people. We have lost. There will be war on this planet forever because of that very thing. I'm a failure. I'm a loser. I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. Nobody loves me. I'm all alone. You're going to be alone forever. You were created by God Almighty, so act like it and stop putting things out there. I'm alone. I've always been alone. Okay, you're going to get it. Fine. You got it, baby. Okay? All right? Just like we've been taught this, I'm going to kill this cancer. Really? It's going to come. I'm going to fight this cancer. No, you're not. You're going to love yourself well. It's all vibrational. We already know that it's all science. Remember something, if you want to kill something, that means you have to suffocate it. That means you have to suffocate yourself. And the only reason why you get cancer is because you suffocated yourself. And every different negative emotion will create a different autoimmune disease in a different part of the body. We know that. That's science. So when you dishonor and disrespect yourself, you suffocate yourself. Yes or no?
Yes.
And what's the cause of cancer? Suffocation of the cells.
And lack of oxygen.
Cancer only comes when a cell is 35% lacking oxygen for more than 3 days. And that's because you suffocated yourself on a psychological, it went into a physical. And there's no cancer without hate and anger. And there's no such thing as a genetic cancer. Anybody want to come on my show, please do. And challenge me. 469-861-8884. Call me when the show's over and I'll book it right away so that it's nice and fresh. The reality is they did what was called the Genome Project, trying to prove that cancer was genetic and all autoimmune diseases were too. They spent millions of dollars of taxpayers' money, okay, in the United States. And guess what? They found out that there was no diseases that were genetic. And then I get people calling me up. Dr. Wolf, yes, how are you? Guess what? My family, we have this gene problem and it skipped a few generations and now it got me. Or Dr. Wolf, I have this particular virus and they only see it in 1 out of 50 trillion people. It's BS.
It is.
It's all BS.
Yeah, to make you even more out of your power and scared, so you will bring it on and prove that lie.
Well, no, we can't get into that. That's not really true. The reality is that the majority of human beings they imprison themselves and try to imprison the rest of the world. The majority of the population do not rule the world. They're being ruled. I will not do anything that the majority does, and understand there's a species on this planet that feeds on our emotions. They actually, their energy, all of it comes from our emotions, human beings. And people don't get it, but it doesn't really matter if they do. Because they don't study it. They don't study it. They go watch the football game like yesterday, right? How many people watch that? More people watch that game more than anything else in the world because that's the most important thing to the world.
Right.
Okay? And they don't understand the real game that's going on this planet. And it's called feeding off human beings. And guess what? There's no need for any wars. There's no need for anybody being poor. There is no climate change. There is no viruses killing people. I'll probably get cut off here, so I better watch what I say. But the reality is this. I'm not doing this. I'm not playing along. I have the greatest life. And you know what? And I don't suffer anymore for all the people that are suffering. Because guess what? The suffering's not going to end because the majority of the population buy into this. They believe they have limited possibility financially, physically, mentally, nutritionally. None of this is true. It doesn't matter how much they poison the planet. I don't talk about that, do I? Because you're all ridiculous. And guess what? No matter how much you bitch and complain about how toxic the planet's getting, does that help anything? The only thing that's going to help things is if you were to unconditionally love and care for yourself, you wouldn't buy their garbage, would you? But the same people, are you ready? The same people that are complaining about the chemtrails, the fluoride in the water, all the plastic, okay, the GMOs, the 5G and the blue light, are the same people eating garbage and talking garbage. So what if we never purchased their stuff? How am I doing? I'll be 67. Don't tell me. My parents, they passed away before they were 55. I'm healthier now than I was when I was 40. Because of this. Mindset.
That's right.
Write that down, Monica. Your mindset. Your mindset is creating everything in your life. And your mindset is made up of beliefs. And believe it or not, a minimum of 70% of those are negative. And in the majority of the population, it's 90 to 95% of your beliefs are killing you. You know, people would like to believe that we're sinners, that we're failures, because we're programmed for it. What if you didn't believe you were a sinner? What if you didn't believe you were a failure? Do you think you'd heal better, feel better?
Yeah.
You think you'd talk better, walk better?
Yeah.
Well, that's the deal. See, people will come on here and go, I'm out of here. I'm never buying anything from you. I was going to come and take your course, and I'm never going to do that. But what they don't understand is I'm just vocalizing the way I want my life. If it was dependent on me making money, I would just kiss everybody's butt and tell that, oh, but no, I don't want somebody coming into a class of people that want to rise and get everything that we deserve. I don't want somebody coming in with a narrow belief system and then wanting to go toe to toe. I don't care what a person's religion is. I love them all. Are you loving your life? Are you healthy? Are you wealthy on all levels? Because you can be. That's the bottom line. It's belief systems that stop us from being healthy or wealthy or finding love or having a beautiful day. It's your belief systems, and they're not yours. Why don't you just, go in and create a different menu board? And this is why I tell people, and they can believe it or not, but, the quickest guarantee I see is taking my whole life coach course. But you'd have to spend $8,000. And people go, oh my God, $8,000. Oh my God, yeah. It'll change your life forever. Forever. And that's the deal. You want something to do that. And then after the course, see the support that you get? Well, what do you think people get when they take my course? They get unlimited support every week. Tonight I'm on at 7 Eastern Standard Time, and I'll be on there for an hour and a half to 2 hours with everyone who's taken my courses, answering their personal questions, their business questions, their health questions. And this is all free. These are people who want it all. You're not going to have it all unless you're all in. But most people, they just want Band-Aid. Give me a quick Band-Aid, gotta run, Because your subconscious, if you knew one thing, Monica, your subconscious doesn't want anything except what's in there. Doesn't matter if it could save your life. Doesn't matter if it could change your life. It doesn't want anything except what's in there. So even if, how about this? You ever notice here? Let me give you an example. I can remember when I was younger, I was very depressed. I was around 14 years old, 15 years old, because of the stuff that went on in my family. And we moved. And the only people on the street that were my age were smoking. I didn't want to smoke. I was told it caused cancer, even back then. So I didn't want to smoke. But every time I came over, they're having fun. They'd ask me if I wanted a cigarette. I would turn it down. Well, guess what? They started rejecting me because I wouldn't smoke. So it took me a half a dozen times. I started smoking, and first thing I got was a sore throat. I got a headache. But guess what? After 10 days, The sore throat was gone and the headache. Why? Because my
Because
subconscious said we got the wrong information. We were told he was going to die if he smoked of lung cancer, and that he was going to have a headache and a sore throat, and it was going to steal his energy and his health. But look at, now when he smokes, he's happy.
and he has
Your
friends.
subconscious is only as smart as the beliefs you have. So then I smoked. And then to the point that, you know, I was stealing my mother's McDonald menthol cigarettes. Because cigarettes meant happiness to me. And until cigarettes no longer meant happiness, and then when I would smoke, I would always want a cigarette and go, I'd go get a cigarette. I never thought about it, but I'd go, and I was smoking more and more because every time I grabbed a cigarette, I'm going to have a smoke and figure this out. And I never figured anything out, because when you smoke, you lower the oxygen in your brain by 30 to 50%. So you would just go and stress out and try to figure something out, but you never did, because you can only figure something out when you're centered and you're at peace with yourself. And that would be a slight smile, connected to your breath, and just picturing that God spot in your heart radiating love right through you. And guess what? You can't be disease-free, dis-ease, unless you're at ease. And so if you want to be dis-ease-free for your life, that means you're going to have to be negative belief-free, which means you've got to get rid of every negative belief that puts a chokehold on you. If you believe that you've sinned and you're a sinner and it makes you feel great, keep it. It didn't work for me. It made me miserable, feeling that I was unworthy of love from that which created the universe and from everyone else. It didn't work for me. If it works for you, keep it. So I want everyone to keep their belief systems. I just want to ask yourself, are you a self-healing, self-loving, self-caring mechanism that every day you are changing by 1% and seeing that you have unlimited potential? That's it. Let's see what we got here for questions. You want to do that for a minute? And then we'll round this off and we'll talk about your fracture. How's that? I think we already did, didn't we? Let me see here. Now more and more is whale or disabled on crutches and scooters have gadgets attached to them and are proud not to be healthy. Well, no, that's not true that they're not proud to be healthy. The thing is now they're the majority. The sick are now the majority on this planet. The overweight are now the majority. They don't want to be like that, but it's just easier to be like the majority, because you will struggle being that, but you'll also struggle if you want to be an individual. Because everybody wants you to satisfy their beliefs. I don't. If I'm the only guy that's going to do unconditional love and care for myself, that's fine. If my partner Lori didn't want to buy into that, I would not be with her. Why? You know why? Because she'd want me to fill up her heart, and then I'd want her to fill up my heart and tell me, and you can't tell me that this is true, but there is only 1 out of every 1,000 married couples that can actually say that they love themselves and each other.
Oh, probably less than 1 out of
I know,
1,000.
but I'm trying to be nice here. I don't want to get, I'm not going to give,
1,000%. It's true.
I'm not going to give the real stat. I know what the real stat is. I'm not going to give it. The people can't handle the real stat, because that would mean that the majority of husband and wives are miserable with each other. So you see, that's why I said that, because we can't give them the real stat. See, people actually think that this is as good as it gets, and nothing is good as it gets. We can always have better, because we are light energy, electrical, magnetic beings. Remember something, okay? We are magnetic. I am writing a new chapter for the PDG guide. Everybody, if you've not gotten my Perfect Day guide, you want to get it. pdgfree.com. You want to get it. Trust me. There are no diseases, only messages of love from the body. Well, that's it. Doc, why then do these unhealthy, heavy people still get pregnant and carry full term? Oh, yeah? So they might, but tell me the kids are healthy. Tell me that they enjoyed it. I said suffering. People are into suffering. Believe it or not, go ahead. You get healthy, you will have no suffering through your whole pregnancy. We do an actual what's called pain-free pregnancy. It's a 12-day course. If you want your partner to learn the non-surgical, and you will give birth in 30 minutes to 45 minutes. You'll have no pain throughout the whole pregnancy. You'll have no morning sickness. You'll have no low back pain, constipation, headaches, okay? But guess what? Suffering is all part of, look at how much she suffered to have that baby. Look at how much he suffers for her, how he suffers for him. Look at mama. She suffers for everyone. She worries about everyone when they leave the house. She says that she gets worried sick. Isn't it nice that we have somebody at home worried sick? I'm worried sick when you leave. You know, my heart breaks when you leave. Okay, my heart is in pieces. Really? Well, does anybody know why heart disease is the main killer on this planet? Because it's an emotional problem, not a diet problem. I know people, okay, that eat the crappiest diet in the world, and guess what? The people that have heart disease, it's because their diet's crappy, and guess what? They don't know that love is a self-serve job and you're supposed to fill up your own heart, and as soon as somebody pulls the nipple away, okay, from them, the nipple of love, okay, they go into crises. He broke my heart. She broke my heart. My heart is empty. Look what you do. And then how about this? How about the love ransom that couples play? If you don't give me what I want, you're not getting what you want, baby. Please, let somebody do that to me just once. I don't do that. That is low vibrational human being stuff. Really low vibrational. Let's get right down to the physical, and then yeah, you're not going to get to touch these. You're not going to get to play with that. Seriously, that's what we do. And that's what we do from the minute that we enter high school. And it just goes all the way through until, then guess what you do? You just stay miserable, because after a while, he or she doesn't want it anymore when they get older. Now what are you going to use to ransom them with? Self-love first, and then love all the world. Don't take nothing personal. Take charge of your health. Amazing friends. 3, 2, 1. You got this, Monica. How do I share this exact video with someone who is now offline? Is there a link? Well, yeah, you can go to Telegram, and it's on Doc of Detox on Telegram and Braveheart Nation, right, Rafa? On both? All of these videos go there, okay? So that's the place that they won't fall off the cliff. And also, Braveheart Nation app is coming out in 2 months. And that means that I will get to say what I want, do what I want, and have who I want on my show. And that means I'll be having a lot of people that have been excommunicated from the world of media and platforms coming on to tell you the truth and teach you the truth. I will have the most powerful health app in the world. It has cost me $220,000 in the last 4 years. And it is going to rock. And it is a gift to the world. All right. What do I need to put a teaspoon of in my coffee instead of milk, please? Ready, guys? MCTC60. You put in a teaspoon and you are going to be rocking your coffee. MCTC60. You could put MCT oil in, but MCTC60 at the same time is going to bring your eyesight back, and it's going to fix all the damage in the brain. MCTC60 that we sell is 270 times stronger than vitamin C. It neutralizes free radicals faster than anything else. And why do you think I have perfect eyesight now? Because of that. And I used to wear prescription glasses. Oh, here's a long one. Just wanted to comment regarding something you were talking about the other day. You were saying that if you offered normal tap water to your dog or structured water, the dog would choose the structured water. You said that water from rain is structured water, and my dog refuses any water I give him in his bowl inside, but chooses to drink the rainwater out of a ceramic bowl that fills
Wow.
up naturally in my back garden. Proof enough for me that structured water is by far the healthiest option. I'm in the UK and would like to know how much the shipping will be if I ordered your portable structured water unit, as it's almost impossible to buy one here. So just so you know, structured water also gives you hydrogen water naturally, everyone. So when you structure water, you are freeing up the hydrogen from the structured water unit. And 1 second, here, I'll show you one. We don't have these anymore, they're blue color, but here's a structured water unit, everyone. This is less than $300, okay? And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee. You can pour your alcohol even through this, and guess what? You'll get drunker quicker, and you won't have a hangover in the morning because it protects you from everything. People will say, well, does it filter? No, it doesn't filter, because the invisible creates the invisible overrides the physical. So you can have heavy metals, you can have parasites, believe it or not. I know you don't believe this. Okay. You can have like microscopic ones. You can have heavy metals. You can have chemicals. And when it goes through a structured unit, it neutralizes it because it changes the frequency. It doesn't filter. But if you've got a filter, use this, okay, and you're going to see the difference. You've got 90 days to return it. And understand, if you're drinking distilled water or reverse osmosis, you're killing yourself. Okay, that's not real water. But if you structure it, you'll bring it back to life. Now, about the unit, you can just call my office at 855-900-4544 extension 0. And it doesn't cost much to ship it over there. All right, give them a call and they can tell you. All right. My mom has cataracts. What else does she need beside the C60s? Well, she needs Tesla glasses. Go look at them up. Tesla glasses, C60, and she needs to buy the Bright Eyes Fulvic drops. We have the only Fulvic in the world that hasn't been treated with chemicals, and we have the only Fulvic drops in the world you can put in your eyes. And they will help to reverse all of this. But give me a call at 469-861-8884, and I will actually ask you a couple of questions personally about your mother. If I structured water to a coffee I buy on the street, will all the water become structured? Yes, it will. All right. Monica, we're back to you.
Cool.
So anyways, just know this, that we know that Cardigan is less expensive and it would help your wrist. But Merigen is the strongest one. If you were doing that 3 times a day, your wrist would heal so fast it would blow the minds of any surgeon or any doctor. They wouldn't know what happened. Because if you go to calcium ion therapy guide in my library, go take a look at that. Okay? Also, take a look at IGF 300,000. Okay? And that'll lay the bone structure down properly. And also, you should be on Ormus Trace Minerals, Beyond Ormus Minerals in all your drinking water, and Black Diamond. And then do at least 80 drops of the Beyond Ormus Minerals. Okay? And then just do 1/16 of a teaspoon of the Black Diamond. And right now your wrist is covered, so you can't really do a lot with it. But when it's not covered, you can use Pain Away and DMSO in the area. Okay, because you want to bring as much circulation in as possible. Okay, and I would definitely get a clapper. Okay, like here's a clapper. And tomorrow I'm actually going to do a show on clapping, guys. I'm going to talk about the whole body, and then I'll tell you where to go if you want specific teaching. But I'd be clapping your elbow.
Yeah.
Inside, your elbow right here. And then under your arm, right here. Okay? All right? Why? And I would be clapping right
The
here.
lymphatic system.
Right here on the shoulder area, because you want the circulation. And this is like a river, right? Where the river bend. So we want to make sure everything's open for more circulation, right? Okay. All right.
What about tapping or clapping over the cast at all? Yes, no? No, it doesn't.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
what about strengthening? What about, because you see I have very good mobility, pain-free in the fingers where I feel
Well, see,
the
what I would have
soreness.
wanted to know is when you did hurt it, was your wrist mobile, moving?
No, it just went to like that.
Okay, so you couldn't move it.
I actually a little bit I could.
Now, do you
And then
feel you
what-
couldn't move it because of the bone or just because of the pain and the swelling?
I think I was just scared. But
Okay,
then I
well,
could
see, I would have wanted to know, and I would have had you go really slow with it just to see. I'm going to tell you something. Just know this. I know nothing. I'm talking
Okay.
from my own. All I know is this, is that physicians and surgeons, they terrorize everyone. They trauma everything. If you want stories, I'll give you a story.
I can imagine.
Oh my God, I get them every day. But I'm just telling you, okay? It's a business. Everybody forgets it's a business.
It
And
is.
guess what? Have I tried to trauma anybody? No. Don't buy anything from me. Get my guide, my perfect day
free.
guide. That guide's
It's
worth
free.
$10,000 any day
Yeah.
of the week. Okay, I've got practitioners and doctors all over the world using my manual, the Perfect Day Guide. Understand that. And
Yeah.
that is free. And so is my whole library at docofdetox.com. There's more master classes on there emotionally, nutritionally, and physically than any other website in the world. It's all there, but guess what? How do you get someone to love themselves enough to want to really take it serious about their most important relationship with themselves? You can't.
Well, I'm here because of that. And I have a question. In addition to all this, because you've talked a lot about your ultimate water fast. If I did a water fast for this purpose, would that help, and or how would that affect, or this is not the time for that?
If you did an advanced water fast, are you going to calm down?
I have to. I will.
If you did an advanced water fast, are you going to do the Merigen? Are you going to do the IGF 300,000? Are you going to take the nutraceuticals? And if you're going to do it, I'll do another show for you, and I'll tell you what I would do. Think about it, and if you want, we'll go live with it, okay?
Okay.
But what you should be doing is eating and taking in nutrition. I already told you, the Beyond Ormus minerals are Beyond Ormus minerals. Let me see here. Right here. Okay, just so everybody knows, you can take this as a marketing picture. I just don't care anything but the best. These Beyond Ormus minerals, they have the highest electrical charge of any trace minerals on the planet. And we've done third-party research. You should be doing no less than 80 drops of those a day in your drinking water. You should be doing right now the Perfect Day Multi, 3 times a day. You should be doing right now IGF 300,000, 4 times a day, 4 times a day. You should be doing Merigen 3 times a day. And guess what? This thing will be healed in 6 weeks. Like completely healed. Just by doing those, and then just make sure that you're on a whole plant-based keto diet. You know, and I don't care if you want some fresh fish or you want to eat some meat, you can go ahead and do it. But let's make sure that everything is very high in nutrients. It's all about the minerals here. And remember something, calcium ion therapy is the only calcium product that actually takes and will actually bring your bones back to complete healing. And it'll actually pull the calcium from whether it's in your gallbladder, your kidneys, or stones in your breast, or calcium in your joints or tissues, and it'll pull it all back into the bones. There's not another product in the world that can say this. And if anybody wants to test me, go to my library and go into the calcium ion therapy guide and take a look. All the science is there. And ask yourself why the FDA will not let me put it on my shop that you can buy it. You have to call in to buy it. Why would they do that? If it was one negative symptom, they would make me pull it. They'd make me pull it. But they can't make me pull it, but they can threaten me that I cannot put it on my store. You have to call in to buy it. You know why? Because it is shown to help the body reverse every autoimmune disease known. All right, are we good, Monica?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk more. Thank you. And
Thank
thanks
you,
for
Monica.
everybody. Thank you for everybody that watched and was able. We came here to do this to help everybody, to help you. So thank you for sticking with it and watching it.
Monica, just know this. Right now, where you are, you should get a medal for courage and bravery. When you end this show here, you be very proud of you. Be very proud of the fracture because you woke up to the fracture. There's nothing wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you, Monica. You're just trying to wake up like me. You're trying to get back to that God spot in your heart. And I'm telling you the God's truth. That's not BS. Every one of us. When I see someone and I can tell that they're dishonoring themselves, I feel for them. There's no stupid people. They might have been stupefied because they went to school like me. They went and bought into, there's a lot of different faiths out there that are based on fear-mongering and control, yes or no?
Oh God, yes.
I didn't say all of them. I said they're out there. I'm just trying to tell you, everyone, you are beautiful. You're beautiful. And understand, you are not your personality. You're not. And don't allow anyone else to ever judge you again, ever. They're going to do it anyways, and if they don't do it to you, they're going to do it to others. They've all been programmed to do it. I was programmed to do it, okay? We've all been programmed to judge each other because that's how we stay at war. That's why we love war. You can't give me one war that we're fighting right now that is justifiable. And you can't give me a war that we can stop because the majority of the population loves war.
That's
right. They
right.
don't love the expense, but they love war. Why? Because they're at war with themselves. And that external war helps to justify them destroying themselves anyways. You think about it, I'm Dr. Wolf and I'm a quack. And that's it. Because I don't fit in and I never will fit in. Thank you.
Here's
Thank
to
you,
the rebels.
Monica.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, everybody. So this is where I am in Zihuatanejo, Mexico. And these are all the different things that we do, okay, here in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, okay? If you want, you can take a look at it. We do couples treatment and training, Wolf non-surgical training. We do Wolf non-surgical certification here. This is all personal. People will come in smaller groups here, and we will do that, okay? We do pelvic restoration therapy. We do pelvic restoration and Wolf non-surgical, pain-free pregnancies. These are all personalized treatment and trainings that last anywhere from 7 days to actually 2 weeks. And then some people will come along as 3 weeks when we've got a really chronic problem and we're trying to change them on an emotional, physical, mental level, okay? Personalized healing and relaxation getaway. That's for people who just want to go, hey, I just want to be treated the best I've ever been treated, and I just want to eat the best I've ever ate, drank the best I've ever drank, and I want to be in a beautiful place. advanced water fasting or juice fasting retreat. We do those as well, and we supervise them, okay? Dr. Sage Wolf, if you don't want to come to us, he will go to you anywhere in the world, to your clinic or your home, to do a personal certification in Wolf Non-Surgical. The best body work, most powerful body work in the world. Put us to the test. And he will also go do treatment and trainings, those ones you just read before this. All right? So if you can't come to us, we'll come to you, or he will. And just know this, that we are, right now he's teaching in Melbourne, starts in 2 days. He's got 2 spots left. If you're in Melbourne, Australia, want to do Wolf Non-Surgical, actually the 21st of February. It's not in 2 days. It's a week away. So February the 21st. And then Stuart, Florida. We're going to be in Stuart, Florida for the Whole Life Coach course, Wolf Non-Surgical Certification course, and the Pelvic Restoration course. And we're going to do that in Coffs Harbour, Australia, Rhodes, Greece, and Ixtapa, Mexico. Okay? So check it out. And this is the pricing. And it's going to let you know something. We've dropped our prices by 30 to 40% because everything else is inflated, and we've brought our prices down. I'm at a point in my life that we've got to try to meet people where they are. It can't always be about profit, profit, profit. I believe that these will be the last world tour courses we'll be doing. There will be no courses in Canada for the rest of the year. The one in Stuart, Florida is the last one in the United States if you want to take a chance and come. The Australia is the only one that's going to be happening. And then we'll be doing one in Greece. So please check this out if you're worth it. And I mean worth it. Have you ever wanted to be a practitioner? Have you ever wanted to know how to help your family? Let me just tell you, 99.9% of everything you need to know, you'll learn from my course, and I'll give you a money-back guarantee on it. These are the hosts in all of the countries. If you want, you're in any of these countries, whether it's Melbourne, Stuart, Florida, Coffs Harbour, Rhodes, Greece, or Ixtapa, Mexico. And just know this, in the future, our courses are only going to be Texas, okay? At our fulfillment center, we have a training center. And here in beautiful Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, we have a training center here already. You want to have the best trip of your life? You want to learn and just have the most fun and dance and laugh and actually be allowed to love yourself like you've never loved and cared for yourself before? Then come and drink our Kool-Aid, because understand, the world doesn't want you to have that. And I will put my course against any 4-year naturopathic college course any day. You can start off with a patient with us, and you can get your doctorate in natural medicine. And for those of you who do not know, you can get one in indigenous medicine that will protect you. So you know what? I'm told I can't touch people. I'm told I can't do this. I'm told I can't do that. In what country? Anywhere around the world, sovereign indigenous practitioner protection, okay, stands up by the United Nations, the World Health Organization. It's already went to the Supreme Court. We have all the proof to prove it, that once you're adopted by the Taino tribe and you get your indigenous doctorate, which anybody can do, it's not difficult, then you are out of their reach, their grasp. They cannot pull you down. They cannot tell you what to do. I need everyone to get this. All right? Trust me. We're stronger when we come together. Now, I will be having Dr. Ben Aguilera come on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. No, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, I mean. Thursday, my apologies. Thursday, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will have Dr. Ben Aguilera come on. Okay? Is that correct? 6 o'clock, yeah. No, it's Thursday. Thank you. Thursday, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We had to change it because it was Wednesday, and nobody wants to see me on Valentine's Day, I'm sure. Anyway, so Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're coming live on all the channels, and we're going to be talking about how you can protect yourself against these guys, okay? You got to understand something. You know what? I'm going to tell you, when I first went to school, okay, when I got out of high school, and then when I went and to become a registered massage therapist, that's the first thing I took. When I came out of there and I started creating my own course, because massage therapy is basically, it's soothing, but it's not therapeutic. Not to the point that you can get someone give up their cane, their walker, their wheelchair. Not the point that you can get rid of their scar tissue or stop. We guarantee you're not going to surgery with my work. And anyways, the Registered Massage Therapy Board in Canada, when I lived there, they said, yeah, if you don't stop it, okay, we're going to take you to court. I said, take me to court. You understand? Everybody wants to control everyone. And the Registered Massage Therapy Board, whether you're in the United States, I live in both places, whether you're in Canada or United States, they want to control everything because the government, they're all cozy with them. Well, I'm not cozy with the government, okay? I'm not against them. They can do whatever they want. You know, the reality is that we have our own protection right here. This is more protection than them. This is outside of their realm. Okay? We'll be talking about that Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And for those of you, if you go to pdgfree.com, you'll get the Ultimate Healing Guide. This is better than anything you've ever read, I promise you. This is my best-selling book, Healthy to 100 in a PDF. And this is my advanced water fasting, because you don't want to do a water fast. You'll never make it through it. And it's way too hard on the body today. Okay? Check this out. And then come on to my next advanced water fast, which is 6 weeks from now. And just know this, everyone. You can, if you love it in a PDF, we sell the guide. It's a beautiful masterpiece for $6 above cost. So that's $75 to your door. Okay, it's this big. Okay, so it's a fair size, but it's so that you can really take your time, because download it for free and tell me what you think. Okay, you got questions? These are the numbers you can call me on. My extension is number 5 on my 800 number. All other questions, okay, you can call me right here on USA Direct. That's my USA phone number. Or you can call me on WhatsApp anywhere around the world on that phone number. I'll call you back, I promise. And if you want to know about coming here for a personal treatment and training, go to dod5star.com. If you want, okay, you'll come to my retreat in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo. If you want my guide, go to pdgfree.com. You'll get all of these. And then also, remember, our Braveheart Nation app is coming out in 6 weeks to 2 months. That's when we unleash the power. And then for those of you interested in the Sovereign Indigenous Protection, go to bhnuniversity.com or join me here Thursday night at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we'll show you how you can get outside of your governmental law, whether it's local, provincial, state, national, international, doesn't matter. Okay, so that we can help you protect yourself. And if you want to have Dr. Sage Wolf come to you to certify you or do any personal treatment and trainings, because you can't come here, go to personaltreatmentandtrainings.com. I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I am, I can, I'm healed, I'm Braveheart. 3, 2, 1. Together we're stronger. Find your tribe. God bless.